Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm your host, Adam Samuel. Today, we are talking week 7 of Dancing with the Stars. It is this show's 500th episode. It is not our 500th episode, but joining me today is Grace. How you doing today, Grace?
I'm doing well, thank you. It has been a week, and that's all I'm going to say about my life. But I'm back in the game. I'm super duper happy about it.
I don't know. Come on. Oh, Eric, this is though our 269th episode. So
okay. But also, Dancing with the Stars has been on since 2005. Back when we were all still in grade school.
I would have been 11.
So next year is the 20th anniversary. Well, it's premiered in June, so I was 10 at the time. Almost 11. My birthday's in July. But next year is the 20th anniversary. And it's also the 20th anniversary of the newest American Idol judges win, which is the year I started watching the show. So I felt all sorts of old and wrinkled up at this point.
Well, Grace, you've watched the show obviously a lot more than I have. So do you have like a favorite moment? Like if you had to pick one moment of the entire show to say, this is my favorite moment, what would you say?
I couldn't do it. Although I will say with a lot of these dances, the only one I remembered was Elio's. And I was rooting for Mel B that season, as many people were. She absolutely should have won. I'm not even going to respond to that. I still have not watched that episode, and I probably never will. So I've only watched 499 episodes. But yeah, I don't think I could pick one. If we get bored in between now and March 9th when American Idol starts, which is really late, by the way, and we want to like look back on old moments, that might be something for us to do. It was kind of cool though with the opening number, seeing a lot of the former pros back. Like I know Sharna was there. Sharna was Bobby Bones' partner.
Has she been back since then?
Yeah, she was back a couple of times. Because there was so much controversy around that win. And actually, no, that's not even sarcasm. It was very controversial. Anna Trebunskaya was there. Apparently Artem was there, which the Huff siblings actually danced in it. I know Derek does a dance every season, but I don't remember the last time Julianne danced on the show. And they brought Crazy in Love back, which was the first ever song they did on the show. So that was kind of cool.
The first performance, or it was the first?
It was the first competitive dance.
Who did it?
Joey McIntyre from New Kids on the Block.
Oh boy,
he got third place. Although, it was the original. Those of you who were around remember it was a summer replacement show. It was only on for 6 weeks, and it was really popular. So they made it a regular series from there.
All right. Well, I guess should we get into this? Should we start going?
Yes. So this week we had 2 rounds of competition. The first round was your typical couples dance, but they were recreating an iconic dance from yesteryear. Really what they were doing is just using the same music and choreographing something completely different. And the second round was the instant dance challenge, which I'm assuming sounded a lot better on paper than it ended up being, because this round, never do it again. Just don't ever do it again, Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, that second theme kind of seemed like a waste of time, to be honest. I was like, what are we doing?
There's 6 couples left. I'm all for them getting 2 dances, but them not knowing what style they were going to do.
What are we proving here? Like, what's the point? Like, what?
Like, throwing... Well, what they use... somebody I saw brought up the 24-hour fusion challenge, which they used to do back when the finale was 2 nights. Monday night, it would be the final 4. They'd cut somebody, and then the final 3, the following night, would do a dance that it's like a fusion of 2 dance styles, and they'd allegedly work on it like after the performance night. But like they literally put this thing together. So like they showed them picking the dance style out of a hat, basically. Alfonso gave them their song. They ran over, grabbed a costume, and changed on camera. And then during the commercial break, they were working on the choreography. I'm like, and most of the scores were not good. Yes, Saeed, we did discuss the opening number, but everything's archived, so you can rewind. But like, it just felt like if you're gonna give them 2 dances, just give them 2 dances.
Yeah, agreed. And again, I don't see the point of
And
it.
give them more than 5 minutes to put it together.
I guess they just want the live excitement.
I'm just thinking, like, if this were American Idol and they were like, you have your contestants, and it's like, here, you have a commercial break to learn this song that you never heard of before. And then you have to sing it, and like, that's not going to be good. This was, I'm guessing this was just something that sounded good on paper and turned out to be terrible. And I sincerely hope they never do it again.
Yeah. Let's get into this. Let's start going through this.
All right, let's start with your better shot of the 2 at winning.
Yeah.
Joey.
Work song. In the theme of Riker Lynch, contemporary. I still think he's gonna win, Grace. I think he's got it.
I know, like, I have been hard on Jenna's choreography over the last few years. Scooby-Doo Papa, anybody? But yeah, the first contemporary was great. It was really dynamic. It was really strong. I don't know why I wrote this, but when Carrie Ann was giving her comments, all I could hear was like the trombone of Charlie Brown's teachers.
Oh God.
And then the instant dance was a rumba to Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish. This one they got all 9s. They got a 10 on their contemporary from Mr. Huff. They actually did a really good job with the rumba. It kind of felt more like Jenna was doing most of the work though, and I mean, I can kind of accept that coming from the weaker dancers, which Joey is not one of them. He's been one of the better dancers all season, so I don't know why you try to mask that, especially now.
Yeah.
And don't give me this, they only had 5 minutes.
Well, at least everyone had the same, but to be honest, one of Joey's weaker dance, in my opinion. I don't know. I was kind of expecting a bit more. Kind of.
This wasn't his best week. So I still think it's going to come down to him and Chandler.
Like a Friends episode.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, next week, if somebody goes home, because if you remember last year, top 5 week, they didn't send anyone home.
Yeah.
At this point, I think it's clear that it's basically just a race for 4th at this point between two people that are not Joey. And I don't want to get into this right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember just you mentioning like someone might not go home this episode, and then was there some expectation that they wouldn't, or was that just...
I don't know. I saw on TikTok that somebody said that nobody was going home on this week's episode. But and apparently that turned out to be fake. Oh yeah, we'll talk about Dwight in a second. Danny's next anyway, but yeah, but last year top 5 week nobody was sent home. So if they do that again, then everybody survives, but if they don't, I think it's a contest between 2 people for 4th. I think 1 and 2 it could go either way. 3rd is pretty much set. 4th and 5th is a toss-up.
What do you think about this point from Saeed?
I did not like the 3-hour finale last year. I said never do it again. You can put the clip in last year of me saying never do it again. I don't want a 5-person finale. I'd rather it just be 4.
All right. Well, from my front runner, we go to your team member.
My team.
Yeah.
Danny Amendola.
Surprised he's still there, to be honest.
He's done great. He did a quick step to Hey Pachuco, inspired by Elio Castroneves, # not my season 5 winner. Mel B absolutely should have won. And if any of you in the comments say differently, I'm probably going to block you.
Oh boy.
Spam the comments right now. Mel B should have won. Mel B should have won. Mel B should have won. Anyway, the instant dance was a jive to Good Golly Miss Molly. Yes, Saeed. Mel B was robbed, and it's Max's fault. Hate that guy. So anyway, the quick step I thought was good. I definitely noticed several mistakes, which is not good for him, especially at this point. They got all 9s there. The instant jive, they had like, this was not the better of their 2 dances by any means. It just kind of looked like at one point, I think both of them might have forgotten the number, which, I mean, you put something together in 5 minutes, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Matthew and Saeed, since you're here, what were your thoughts on the instant dance challenge? Because we both said they should never do it again. Danny, yeah. I mean, I think it's either Danny, assuming somebody goes home on Tuesday night, it's either Danny or Alona. I think the other 3 are going to be fine.
Yeah. I'm shocked he's still here. Grace, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the quick step is probably the worst style on the entire show, right?
The quick step is hard. I mean, it's
true to its name. Hard. It's pointless. It's like, it's not showy. It's boring. Like I watch these programs, I'm like,
dance. It's meant to be technical.
Yeah, but it's boring. I'm like, what did I get from this? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how he's still here. I think he's him or Alona. It's gonna come down to them. But
definitely.
I think Alona might
be. They're both on my team, so that would kind of suck. But I guess I kind of have to live with it if that's what happens. You know, let the chips fall where they may. But no, yeah, Eric, this was the first ever instant dance challenge where they had to put a dance together in 5 minutes. Ugh, bad.
Redo the things when you did it before. No one will know. Or in the moment, no one will know.
I mean, like, and Dancing with the Stars has the ideas. Like, I don't know if you ever watched a season where they did the switch up, where they would switch the partners around for a week. And it sucked. I mean, it was good for some people, but like I remember season 19, which was Alfonso's season, Whitney like sobbing in the bathroom because her dance went horribly wrong. Whereas Alfonso did a great number with Cheryl. So, yeah. Although Saeed, this does bring me to a point about them not really having 5 minutes. Like they showed in Danny's rehearsal package that they kind of had like some sense of moves put together. It's like, okay, if we get a jive, we'll do this. If we get a paso, we'll do this. So that I definitely believe, but them not knowing what they're going to be doing until they're on camera definitively, especially because like it's kind of hard to choreograph a dance when you don't have music. So that was just weird.
Well, where do you put him landing? Where's standing your prediction?
It's either him or Alona going home this week. Right. Unless nobody goes home. But even then, neither one of them are going to crack the top 3.
All right. Well, should we spare a moment to eulogize Dwight's run here on the show this season?
Yes.
Was and time? Do you think he should have made it a little bit one more week? Or do you think this was his spot?
I think he should have gone home a couple of weeks ago, but the ironic song choice, like on Tuesday night, they were not victorious in any way, shape, or form.
What a mess.
They were not happy to get a paso. Like they wanted something more fun and upbeat. And like there were several moments where Dwight stepped on Danny's dress.
Yeah, what was up with the dress? It's too long.
Well, like, I don't know with camera blocking if they always rehearse in costume, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know if the dress is too long. You never know, like, especially when Dwight's 6'11". He probably has giant feet. So, yeah, this dance was a disaster. Argentine Tango was the weakest dance of round one for sure. Yeah, that's honestly, I know Dwight's on your team. Daniela was the best partner for him, but I'm kind of happy he got eliminated this week. And also, when they showed him standing there, it was him, Chandler, and Joey. I was in the back of my mind thinking, like, do I even need to watch this one, or can I just turn it off and go to bed a minute early? Like, way to make it completely obvious.
Yeah. What a shame. He was fun. All right. Steven and Riley.
Vianney's Waltz, inspired by Your Only Dancing with the Stars winner, Charlie D'Amelio.
It's Charlie D'Amelio.
And their instant dance was a jive to Love is Embarrassing by Olivia Rodrigo. I have never heard that song before. So yeah, Steven, this was his best dance. The judges loved it more than anything that I've seen in quite a while. They tongue-bathed this dance, but I mean, Bruno did give them a 9. And then the instant jive was, it just looked really uncomfortable. Like, I could tell that, like, Steven just, I don't know if he was nervous. It was better than Danny and Dwight's dances. No, I didn't think it was as good as Joey's. But, like, at that point, I was just like, let's never do this round again.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really feeling Steven this week either.
Bye, Matthew, with that comment. Bye. Bye. You can leave.
Steven, for me, I don't want to really say this word, but it's like, it's kind of a little boring. I feel like it's kind of the same thing every week. He does some high jumps. He does some cool things, but I've seen it already. And it's not, it just seems like that's all there really is.
He does the pommel horse. If he makes it to the finale, there will be a pommel horse bit in his freestyle, sure, believe you me.
I'm just like, I feel like I've gotten the same thing every single time.
Well, I mean, he doesn't choreograph the numbers, and I don't want to be mean to Riley because she's only 19 and this show, and she's like barely older than this show. Yeah, she was actually born like right around the time the show premiered. She was born in June of 2005. I don't want to pick on a 19-year-old who's very like green in this show. But I mean, he's better than Riley's last partner, which says very little.
Yeah, regardless, I see him top 3 at the least.
I think he's third.
Yeah, I don't see him winning. But I'd be happy to be proven wrong. He's on my team.
People love him. Like, every time I look on Instagram, he and Alona are getting a crap ton of likes. But they, like, I know Alona's a big deal on social media. Steven is just adorable as heck. But of course, being adorable often doesn't help you win.
But let's talk about the contestant with the highest ranking.
My winner, the winner, Chandler and Brandon, doing an Argentine tango inspired by season 16 winner Kelly Pickler, and a cha-cha to Apple by Charlie XCX, a song that Brandon did not know. Does Brandon not use TikTok? Adam's just being quiet because Adam doesn't have a TikTok either. We keep trying to get him onto it, but he refuses.
What's there to find? The only thing I like from TikTok is cooking videos. Those are fun.
Brandon's not gay, Eric. He has a wife.
Is Chandler winning, Grace?
Yes, definitely. I mean, so far, I mean, she got the only 2 perfect scores of the night. So far, the only 2 of the whole season. The Argentine tango, she looked great. Brandon is by no means Derek Huff, but nobody is. And then Apple, Bruno called it the dance of a winner. And that is all I'm going to say.
How far has Brandon made it on the show in the past?
This is the furthest he's ever made it.
Dang.
Lele was the previous record last season. And he's never gotten a perfect score before.
All right. Well,
So he and Riley have never made the finale. Alan, Whitney, Jenna, they've all won before, although Jenna won the athlete season. So yeah, Brandon has a wife,
oh
and
boy.
she's very pretty.
Well, let's talk now about the
Ilona.
obvious fifth or fourth placer here.
Ilona.
As I say, that she'll end up winning the whole show. So,
I
Ilona.
mean, people do love her on social media. She doesn't exactly have the crazy soccer mom fan base that Bobby Bones did, which has a lot of crossover with Dancing with the Stars fans. But I think it's clear since the show went to Disney Plus that they're going for a younger demographic. And I feel like a lot of people that watched the show when Bobby Bones was there stopped watching after Tyra Banks joined it, and they just never came back. We don't miss her. At least I don't miss her. I don't know about Adam and Eric, but I do not miss her. But anyway, so quick step to Chuck Berry, inspired by the season 25 winners, Jordan Fisher, and
Boo. Yeah, I said it. Boo.
And a salsa, and the instant salsa to When I Dip, You Dip, We Dip, which is one of the greatest songs ever. The quick step, yeah, Matthew was right. It was one of her better dances. And I mean, I get that Ilona is not like Miss Refinement. I honestly would rather see, I mean, I know that Ilona is on my team, but so is Chandler. And I would honestly rather see a good dancer win than somebody who just has a lot of fans. And then the instant salsa was very elementary. They tried to do a bunch of lifts, but I didn't think they were executed that well. I don't know if Ilona just wasn't warmed up enough to properly lift Alan, but yeah. Never do this round again.
It's a good summation for this episode. Just never do this again. Anyway, that's
too bad that's not our episode title.
It still can be. I can change it.
Never do this again.
Never do this again.
But I mean, Eric liked the not 500th episode, so
I did too.
Yeah. Oh, Eric says don't change. Oh, by the way, I might have to put together a gloating montage if Chandler wins, because y'all both thought I was nuts.
Oh God. All right. Well, those are the contestants. What do we got in the week ahead?
So this Tuesday night, it is the semi-finals. Yay!
What's our theme?
One moment, I'm pulling it up. And as I said before, Eric, you were dead set on Jen Tran, and where is she now?
She's watching from home.
And now
the end is near, and so I face.
No, there was also the time that Eric called Dancing with the Stars the gayest show on television.
God.
Go watch an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race and then tell me that with a straight face. And I've never seen RuPaul's Drag Race.
All right, what do we got in the week ahead?
It's loading. It is the semifinals. Yay! And if nobody goes home on Tuesday night, we're not going to podcast about it. We'll just come back on the finale, and with whoever wins.
In the chat, who do you think's winning? Make your predictions. Who's winning?
I have Chandler, Ilona, and Danny. He's got Joey and Steven.
Come on.
Yes.
Who's winning? Be realistic.
Thank you, Matthew, for being... My turn. Thank you for being faster than I was. They each have one final Latin, one final ballroom dance. There's no real theme. There is an opening number to Dua Lipa's Dance the Night, choreographed by Sasha and Ezra. There's also going to be a performance for the tour to the acoustic version of Greedy by Tate McRae. Tate McRae, former So You Think You Can Dance Kids contestant, by the way. Anyway. both dance styles are together. Yes! Eric's on my side. All right. So anyway, the couples dances. Danny and Whitney will perform a Viennese waltz to Gravity by John Mayer and a salsa to I Like It by Cardi B.
I really hate that song. The first one.
Which one?
Gravity.
Oh, the John Mayer song?
Every time I hear it, I get excited that, oh, it's the Sarah Bareilles song. And then it's not. And I'm like, oh.
Matthew, you have a point. But on the other hand, Brandon has never done a freestyle. Jen has done 3. Joey and Jenna will perform a foxtrot to I Won't Dance by Aaron Boheim featuring District 78 and a paso doble to Come Together.
Here come
right now. All right. Chandler and Brandon will perform a foxtrot to Too Sweet by Hosier and a salsa to Spicy Margarita by Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé. Why those two ever did together, I don't ever know. Those two go together as well as like ice cream and gravy.
God.
All right. Or I don't know, peanut butter and I don't know. My parents got into this heated debate one time on the best jelly for peanut butter and jelly. My dad said grape, my mom said strawberry, and it turned into this big debate. I don't know if that's something we're gonna Eric, that was my thoughts exactly. There is a Jason Derulo and Michael Bublé duet somewhere out there in the world. And I have not listened to it. But yeah, I mean, well, Eric's a fussy eater, so he probably doesn't have an opinion on the best jelly for peanut butter and jelly. Gun to my head, I'd say strawberry, but whatever. Not important. Ilona and Alan will perform a Viennese waltz to Golden Hour by JVKE. I don't know this song. And a paso doble to the orchestral version of Unholy by Sam Smith.
Seems pretty good, that one.
Something unholy. And finally, Stephen and Riley will perform a tango to Sweet Disposition and a cha-cha to Bailar by Dioro featuring Elvis Crespo.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know any of these songs, but okay.
You don't know Sweet Disposition?
I don't.
Wait, you don't know Come Together?
No, I know that one, but like, come on.
Come together right now. No, we're gonna get copyright strikes. We're not doing that.
All right.
But yes. Hopefully they send somebody home, but it's gonna be somebody from my team, so who knows? I feel like I've just put. I don't know when I went all. Have I like been only? Have I been Chandler and Chandler only all season, or is it just starting now?
The wildest result that I could just think of is like next week, Joey goes home in 5th, and then Chandler goes home in 4th.
That would be insane.
Beats Ilona.
I think if someone goes home, it's going to be Danny or Ilona, possibly Steven, but I think it's going to be Dan. If I had to pick one, I would pick Danny just because Ilona is pretty popular on social media. So is Steven. And Joey and Chandler are the 2 best dancers, so it shouldn't be them.
Eric's got Danny.
It's either Danny, Ilona, or nobody. And if it's nobody, we're taking the week off. Adam will be learning these songs.
All right. Anything else, Grace?
That's it.
All right. We will be back maybe next week, depending on if someone goes home. But till then,
Bye.
bye.